All right. Thanks for coming out here, guys. I got to follow up Timberland, so that's kind of going to be a tough one to do. I didn't expect to do that when I came in here. But anyways, it's funny because I actually ran into him about 3 months ago here last time I was in Miami at Grant Cardone's office. And it's kind of the segment of all these Web 2 entrepreneurs are realizing there's a lot of things happening in Web 3 that we need to be cautious of. So for us, we launched an NFT project called Tykes about 2.5 months ago. And really, our mission is to pioneer the future of real estate. So before I jump into this real quick, who am I? For those of you who don't know, I've got 7 different businesses doing over $1 million a year. Getting into crypto was something that wasn't my first rodeo in business. We're trying to do this like any other business, right? Second thing, 500 million views on social media. So I don't know how many of you guys follow me on there, but a lot of different, there we go. We got one hand. That's good. Okay, so a lot of people. All right, so I don't need to explain that. You guys kind of seen some of the stuff. I own over 500 rental units, and I flipped 500 homes. So a lot of experience in real estate and business, not just some guy starting a project, all right? But here's the thing. Real estate's being disrupted by technology. When you look at the way houses are built, it's being disrupted, all right? For one, we've been building houses the same way for 100 years, like sticks and stones. That's how we've built a house. When you've got innovation like 3D homes and prefabricated homes and other things, they're going to change the game dramatically, okay? Another thing, this blockchain. There's a lot of things happening on the blockchain with real estate that's going to be really enormous. And lastly, the metaverse. Everybody's talking about the metaverse. Well, maybe not so much anymore. This might be the only place in the world people are talking about the metaverse. But it will be a thing. I think we can all agree on that, just not today, all right? So here's the thing. Why does real estate even make sense with blockchain, all right? There's a lot of things. How many of you guys have ever bought a home? Show of hands. How long did it take? Take like 30 days, 45 days? Like, there's a lot of time in buying a home. How many of you guys hated how many fees you had to pay? Yeah, you had to pay the title company, the appraisers, the inspectors, the title insurance, the realtors. Like, it's crazy all the fees you have to pay on every single deal, and it's so slow. Can't buy a house on the weekends, can't buy a house after 5 p.m. It's crazy. The blockchain can solve a lot of that, right? We all know just the idea of ownership, whether it's an NFT or a token or whatever, right? Like, you owning your information and having this asset that you can easily transfer in a second is going to be massive. And you don't think that that's going to come to real estate at some point? You don't think they're going to be entrepreneurs and people from Web 2 that are going to come into the game and figure out how to make this happen? It's going to happen. People are already trying to do it. It's just a matter of timing. So that's going to happen. Other thing, home building, right? We talked about 3D printing and prefab homes. Personally, I've been looking at buying different businesses that are in this arena because this is the one that can happen right now. The time it takes, has anyone ever built a home? Show of hands? Okay, so a few of you guys. It takes a long time to get permits. The material cost is extremely high. It takes a long time to build the house once you do have permits, right? I mean, you're looking at a multi-year process. Well, when you've got things like 3D printing or prefab homes where you can literally build a house right then and there, in the case of a 3D home, like a couple of days. In the case of a prefab home, building it while you're in that permitting process, so by the time you're approved for permits, you plop the house down and it's done. I mean, that's a really big deal for innovation. And not only that, they're able to build these homes with higher quality and higher, better tech. And that's really what this is about with Web3. It's not just about the blockchain. It's not just about the community. It's about innovation. And what is the next stage of all of this? And I think this is one of the big stages of real estate that's going to pop first, okay? Metaverse, right? We all know the metaverse. A lot of us thought it would happen last year and whatever. And I think we all agree it's pretty far away at this point for having real use case and adoption. But at the end of the day, we all believe it's going to happen. I was just on NFT panel a couple hours ago in the other room, and I was kind of hating on my fellow real estate people with me because they're talking about the metaverse. And I'm like, guys, ain't nobody buying this right now, all right? Like, nobody's hanging out in the metaverse. It's not there yet. The real metaverse happens to be in social media today, you know? You guys just showed a show of hands. How many of you see me on social media, right? Like, that's the metaverse. The fact that you know my digital identity on this social media platform is what the metaverse is. You have this persona of me and this idea of me based on the thing I put out to you, you know, through a camera. And at some point, it will be more 3D and, you know, lifelike than it is today just on your screen. But, you know, it's going to take time. And that is going to change things dramatically for how we value different assets. You know, I spend $40,000 a month making YouTube videos and TikToks and other things. That's a lot of money to spend on a digital asset. But I know those are worth it. I know that my real estate on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter is super valuable. It makes me a lot of money. That $40,000 I spend a month can go make me millions of dollars in a month. So the idea of the metaverse is already here. It's just most people don't realize it. It will change over time like everything else, okay? So for those of you who are vibing what I'm saying, how many of you guys are interested in real estate, okay? You know, we created TykesNFT to kind of bring this community together. And really for those who want to be the leaders in this, you know, Web3 real estate world and in the future of real estate. So what happens when you buy a Tykes NFT? Well, we got some cool little pictures and art, but it's obviously much more than just a JPEG. So we have education and networking. You get access to high-level real estate investors, entrepreneurs, Web3 experts. You know, we've got over 5,000 Tykes that were minted. They sold out instantly. And, you know, we have a lot of high-level people that came from me in the Web2 space. You know, I wanted to bring all the connections to all the entrepreneurs and investors I had, and Tykes be their first introduction into Web3. And I wanted to make it as seamless as possible for them. Along with that, we've got weekly trainings on real estate, crypto, and business. Because here's the thing. As somebody who runs a pretty big NFT project, it's really hard to make money in crypto right now. Would you guys agree? Like, it's not easy to make money, right? But I can tell you this, you can make money in real estate right now. You don't have to rely on shilling the next crap coin. You don't have to rely on trying to, like, launch some NFT project or get on some whitelist. And that stuff ain't even going to make you rich anyway. Like, that's a hustle, right? You guys can make big money actually acquiring skills that you can use in the real world today, all right? So we teach a lot of that stuff. Also, we have a Discord channel, like most projects, that's really amazing and active. So along with that, I wanted to do something that was a little bit different than your typical Ponzi scheme coin. We created what's called Tycoin. And so for our Tykes holders, if they stake their Tyke, they can earn Tycoin, and it has compound interest if you choose to stake it for a longer period of time, which you can see in the graphic. But with Tycoin, we wanted to build immediate use case, not speculation of what this coin could be. It's not Dogecoin, it's not Shiba, okay? It has actual use case. Number one, we've created a Tykes marketplace where you can actually buy and list your own kinds of products in Tycoin. So for me, as the founder, I've listed a bunch of my company's products on here. Like one of these is a ticket to our upcoming event. We're going to have over 1,000 people in Las Vegas in January. I would love for all of you guys to come. It's called the Tykes Summit. And it'll be a room that's much more packed than this. And it's going to be great. And we're going to have a good time in Vegas. And I know crypto people love after parties. There's going to be plenty of that. All right, I've been to NFT NYC. I know how you guys roll. Let's do it. So we're going to have that. We have courses. We have trainings. There's a lot of high-level people in our Tykes community who have their own products and services that they're listing. You could buy it with Tycoin. Like, they're freely putting it out there for people to use their coins because we're trying to create real-world value with what we're doing, not hypothetical, high in the sky, in the future, one day it might work out value. Like, no, today. I want you guys to make money today in this recession because it's about to get worse. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, it's about to get really bad with the recession. And so dreams will not get you out of it. Skills will. And that's what we're doing, okay? Also, we've got Tykes shares. So I've bought a $1.5 million home here in Vegas that I've listed on here. It's like basically our Airbnb program. So once again, people can use Tycoin to go stay at the properties and, you know, go do it. People can list their, our members can list their properties on Tykes share as well. Also, I created my take on Shark Tank, which is called the Tyke Tank, obviously. And with that, we are trying to build the businesses that are going to be the future of real estate. You know, when I showed you the blockchain, there's already people trying to fractionalize real estate, people trying to build exchanges, people trying to do these big businesses who don't have influence or marketing capacity to get it to the masses. We do. And I'm going to have them come through, and we're going to blow it up. That's what the Tyke Tank's purpose is, to have our members be able to invest in these businesses and have smart people run them, help them out in the ways that they can. So we've got a few businesses we're already looking at that I may have already mentioned with issues that I see in you know, the Web3 space and real estate. Also, we've got our Tykes Summit coming up. Like I said, that's in January 9th to the 12th in Vegas. Put in your calendars. Would love to see you guys there. It's going to be epic. And literally, you get all of that with just one Tyke. Like, that's just owning one, okay? There are special perks for those who own 5 or more or 20 or more. One of those is the Tykes boardroom. So those who own 20 or more Tykes, we have about 60 people in that program, and they get access to what we call the boardroom. You know, it's our elite level people that obviously if you buy 20 of these things, you're pretty invested in this, right? You want to be around other high level people. And we do what's called a board meeting every time we have an event. So we had one a few months ago. We're going to have one again before the summit where they're on the inside of what's actually happening. And they're getting first priority to invest in these businesses. They're obviously making 20 times the Tycoin someone else is making with 20. They have special perks and privileges. I've helped promote some of their businesses because I want to see them win too. So the boardroom is a really exciting thing and a really valuable room. And here's the thing, there's a lot more coming with everything we're doing. And for me, I'm super excited about it because I know the future of real estate is going to be worth trillions of dollars, okay? Like seriously, it's a $1 trillion industry. It's not an exaggeration. Real estate already is. When you start merging crypto and real estate and blockchain, it is going to be massive, okay? And for us, we want to be the ones to pioneer it, okay? As I mentioned, Tykes already sold out, all right? We might have been one of the only projects that was Web 2 based to ever reach #1 on OpenSea in the last 5-6 months. And it wasn't like FTX really hurt us at all or anything. Like, we're still rolling. So, I mean, to get #1 for a guy who literally kind of talks crap sometimes about Web3, because people really see like, oh man, this is not hype or a game. This is like, I want to make something right now of myself. I want to be a part of a community that isn't believing pie in the sky stuff, but who's actively doing stuff. So yeah, we were #1 on OpenSea. That was crazy. Over Bored Apes, CryptoPunks, even Ethereum ENS, which is nuts. But look, there's no Tykes for sale anymore because over 1,000 of them were burned to create our Boardroom Beast collection. Those who had 20, we gave them the option to just burn all 20 and create a special one-of-one NFT. And those are actually getting airdropped to them this week. And it's crazy. Like, they just willingly burned like millions of dollars. On top of that, majority of them are staked for over a year. So if you look at the liquidity of Tykes, over half the supply is staked for a year. So they can't even sell. And it will continue to drop as we release more future releases. So if you want to do it, you can learn more about it at Tykes.io. Our team's happy to talk to you about whether or not it's a good fit. You know, you can buy them on OpenSea right now. We minted for like $500 just a couple of months ago. They're at like $2,500 minimum. And I think they're going to continue to go up. I mean, if we can launch in the crappiest market ever and go through everything that's happened and still be where we're at, it's because like there's actual things going on. So nonetheless, I would love to see all you guys there. We're actually also having a meetup tonight at 7 o'clock at Monty's on the lake or something in Coconut Grove. That's what it is, Coconut Grove. So I would love to meet all you guys at 7 o'clock if you guys are super interested in it. And I'd love to see you guys join the community. Appreciate you. Peace.